Rick Salbato is writing a book on Myrna. At first, he thought she was a fake. Now, traveling with her for 10 months, he's convinced she is truly of God, but it was the most important one of the 20th century. Last Friday night at a church in Southfield, thousands gathered to be blessed by Myrna. Today at St. Marian, the oil began to appear from Myrna's hand. I smelled the fragrance, and members lined up to be blessed. A sign the Virgin Mary was in the church.
It did something to me. I have to believe it. Very skeptical at first, and couldn't wait till Sunday so we could come and witness it ourselves, and glad it happened today.
I saw the olive oil coming from her hand. I smelled it. There was a floral fragrance, but as one person says, it depends on your heart whether you believe it. From Detroit's East Side.
My dear friend, I was wondering how the gospel will fit in this atmosphere. I was sitting there and something like moved me in my heart. But can you see it? Oh. When people have trouble, they don't think about if they are Greek Orthodox, Greek Catholic, Maronite, Melkite. When they have trouble, they get together. They get together. And this is what happened to the lepers. They get together, and one of them at least was Samaritan. And they were hated by the Jews. Still they get together because of their trouble. Can't we see why we are together now with our problems in Lebanon? With this world is going from bad to worse. How you hear about killing, about all kinds of crimes and sins. This is time to get together. Thank you to God. My dear friends, sometimes we are not even grateful to our parents. I go to a Christian home and I see people there in that old age, and they look at me. We have children, but the children don't see us. We are not grateful to anybody who does so much for us sometimes. How much ungrateful we are to God. The air we breathe is from Him. Everything we are, everything we have is from Him. How many times we tell Him thank you? Really, we need it by washing our leprosy first, which is the sin. We have to wash our leprosy. We have to be cured from that. And you know how I feel now that God sent this lady to tell us, wake up and love God and clean yourself and be cured. My dear friend, they told me she's married. She has children. She's not a nun that Blessed Virgin will appear. It's much more needed to tell us each layman in the world is invited to give that example of unity with God, with Jesus. What is she teaching? What is she telling us? Everything she's saying is the purest. To wake us up to God and to the Blessed Virgin, to love her more and to cure ourselves from sin. It's an invitation. It's like heaven is open. This is what I see in this gospel, the story of these lepers. My God, we thank you for sending us this message. I am sure the church will study it. But what is there is already spiritual food for us. You are not getting anything from this, but pushing, but jealousy, but sometimes criticism. That makes you even holier. We thank you, dear husband, for this beautiful example of walking and talking with that simplicity of the children, telling us what Jesus said, if you will become like a child, you cannot enter into heaven. We salute you today. We beg God that He will accomplish that mission and give it that fruit which is so needed. I beg God for myself, to be myself you closer to God, to be able to give you a better example. And may God bless you all.
He was a modern-day miracle worker. The woman is known only as Myrna. She claims she saw a vision of the Virgin Mary almost 7 years ago. Now olive oil appears on her hands, oil her followers believe can heal the ill. There are skeptics, but believers stress Myrna collects no money. She has left the metro area tonight, bound for a meeting with more believers in life.
Continuing the story of Myrna and the miracle of Damascus. Myrna started her second trip to the United States with Los Angeles, and she continued to San Jose and Detroit before returning back to Los Angeles. On her return to Los Angeles, Myrna here celebrates the Feast of Mary's Assumption into Heaven at St. Nicholas Church. People from every different kind of religion. More than 1,500 people were packed inside alone. Even though Myrna was tired, but she continued to do God's will, going wherever she was called to go, doing whatever she was called to do. She missed her children. She cried whenever she was able to talk to them on the phone to Damascus. But she went on without complaint. She continued to spread the message that God wanted only one kingdom on earth, only one church. Right after this communion, oil will exude from her hands. The crowds were very orderly, thanks to good planning.
Hands are secreting oil, and he gracious enough to anoint everyone with his precious oil.
Everyone kissed the large copy of the Icon of Soufanieh. All 1,500 or more people were anointed with the oil from Myrna's hands. The oil continued to come until the very last person was blessed. And then, just as on other occasions, it vanished all by itself. This oil is the same as the oil of the sacraments of baptism, holy orders, extreme unction. It is also the oil used in exorcism. Sometimes it has the smell of Holy Miriam, which is like flowers and herbs.